Hey everybody, it's Liza here, and I'm super glad to welcome you at another live stream session with ITTT. In fact, frankly speaking, it feels like I haven't gone live for ages, but it's been just a week. That's how I love these live stream sessions. They give me so much joy, um, especially because I can um, keep in touch with all of you guys. I really love to be helpful, and I'm 100% sure that my colleague Linda loves these live stream sessions as well. So don't forget to check our content twice a week. Because these live stream sessions are regular, and at the beginning of the week, it's my turn usually, and Linda goes live every Thursday or Friday. And yeah, we try to be as helpful as possible. So today's live session is devoted to things you have to think before you start your TEFL or TESOL course. So before you even choose a TEFL course, you should consider some minor, I would say not even minor, but some important questions that might be crucial when you decide whether to start a course or not. So I'm going to wait for some more people to join us. But while joining in, please let me know if you hear and see me clearly on the first place. And also just give me your greetings. Yeah, send me your greetings to the chat box so that I could see that you are guys there, that I'm not alone. I am tuning in from Yekaterinburg, Russia, in the middle part of the country. Let me know, where are you from? I know that we're truly global. There are many people from the eastern part of the world, and at the same time, we see visitors from the western part of the world. I really love it. I feel so lucky that I can communicate with this international community. And I know that you guys are the most incredible people who want to progress constantly, who want to work on self-development. It motivates me a lot. So feel free to say hi in the comments. I'm so happy to see you. All right, I see that there is Adam. I actually know that Adam is our regular viewer, regular visitor to the ITTT's page. Thanks a lot for joining in. And Adam is from Dubai. That's awesome. So warm in there right now. And in my place, it's pretty cold and gloomy. Yeah, this is how Russia usually looks like around this time of the year. But, well, really soon we will have everything covered with snow, and it will feel much better. Okay, there is also Ziwon Lee from South Korea. I hope to pronounce the name correctly. If I'm mistaken, feel free to tell me, and I will also appreciate if you explain how to pronounce your names as well. Okay. So, as I have already mentioned, today we will look at top 10 things you have to ask before you start your TEFL course. This information is gonna help those people who want to, who are right now picking a TEFL course and probably doubting in terms of what provider to choose, what course suits best, and so on. So I think that it is the time to begin. Let me just quickly switch on this banner so that everyone sees what topic we have. And I'm gonna deliver this live stream session this way, probably. No, not this way. Constantly forget how to change the slide so that it is seen and everyone can understand everything what is written clearly. So yeah, this is my quick introduction. But basically, if you have already participated in this live stream session, that you know, so you know that my name is Liza, and I'm an ESL teacher from Russia. So I'm a non-native ESL teacher. That's why these live stream sessions are helpful for those who want to work as ESL teachers online or abroad. And they are also non-native speakers. I also help as a marketing manager to those who want to develop their businesses online. And I'm also a TEFL and TESOL expert with ITTT. So we are here, and this live stream is actually provided by ITTT. And there is also Min Pe, or P, hope to pronounce correctly. Sorry if I mispronounce it, but she's from Myanmar. That's cool. I actually dream to travel to this country because it is really beautiful in the pictures, and I would prefer to see it with my own eyes. All right, so let's keep going. This is the name of the presentation once again. And now the first thing you should guys really consider before you pick a TEFL course, before you pay your money, is, are the TEFL courses accredited, and do they meet international standards? So what it means is that you have to consider that your TEFL course you're going to enroll in is valid, and it is checked out. It is checked with some accreditation body. Usually there are many different types of accreditations, and you need to look at the international one, because some TEFL providers get some inside accreditations, and like they are not the same as international ones. So for example, if you get TEFL certified by a company that has accreditation not internationally, but in a particular country, then probably you won't be able to use the same TEFL certificate all over the world. If your dream is to travel from country to country and work as a teacher wherever in the world you want to. So make sure you check out this thing. And as for ITTT, we are accredited by two different bodies. The first one is right here. It is called Teacher Training Council. It is an international body. And another one is Paris College of International Education. So once again, it is accredited. This accreditation body provides international recognition. So make sure you check out this thing before you pick a particular course to study, to enroll into. What else is important is right here. So the next question that should concern you is what services are included in the course price. Sometimes, well, you can see not a final price on the course website, on the provider's website, but they have many, additional costs that might be not that high, but at the same time, it is not that pleasant for you as a customer to realize maybe in the middle of the course or at the end of the course that you have to pay some extra cash. So usually such services as materials, support, and job placement, they are included in the price at some particular courses, but some other providers just don't include it and then they charge you extra. So you don't want this to happen. And especially if you want to get some specific quality of services, you have to make sure that it is included in the price. So in our case at ITTT, we definitely provide you the final price when you go to the checkout section. You won't see any additional costs at any point of your course. The only thing you probably will need to pay extra is the certificate delivery, which is like, some additional copy, but in fact, you can also add it for free if you agree to get a PDF copy and a regular mail post or something like that. So for example, when I got TEFL certified in 2017, I wanted to get my embossed TEFL certificate via DHL, so I had to pay some extra money. It wasn't that much, but it depends. Prices change pretty often, so you have to check that. And if you have any questions, you always can contact the support and request all things related to deliveries and stuff like that. But all in all, this is something important that you should know beforehand. So if you want everything included in the price, check it beforehand. Don't ignore it. Make sure you read everything, even something written in this, small text at the bottom of the page, because it is actually vital. And I also saw many TEFL providers that don't include job placement assistant in the courses in this package, and they then provide it at some additional price, and sometimes the price is unreasonable for the quality and for that type of support they provide. So make sure you check everything in advance. The next thing is who teaches you in a real class, or who delivers your TEFL course online. So it is always necessary to check out if people who work for the company are qualified, and if they have accreditations as well. At least you can ask about their diplomas and about their experiences. It is also vital because you want to understand that you get high quality of training, and that those people are professionals and you can actually learn from them. So at ITTT, our TEFL course is designed by professional teachers who work with international students for many years. They are certified, and they can provide the best quality assistance and services as well. By the way, if you get that type of course that includes a tutor support, you can also ask your tutor in person, You can always communicate with them via email, and they will try their best to assist you, even if you have some specific questions, some unusual questions. All right, the next one. This is probably the most important, the most crucial, because when it comes to everything related to jobs and, going to get some experience, some TEFL providers tend to mislead and don't give the most appropriate information in relation to these problems. So you can ask such questions like here: can I get a job and a work visa as a US citizen to teach English in Italy, for example? So you can replace a US citizen and Italy to something related to you. For example, as for me, I can ask something like, can I get a job and a work visa as a Russian native speaker to teach English in, let's say, Korea or China? Where can I earn the highest salaries? And the last one, do I need a degree to teach there? So in the case with China, I believe that all of you have heard about the latest regulations. So everything changes so fast. Nobody can actually give you like 100% clear information these days, just because Chinese authorities changed the rules. And for example, this year they prohibited even online education. Not prohibited probably, but they restricted online education for school kids. That's why many English teachers lost their jobs, and many online teaching companies stopped their work as well. When it comes to teaching in a real classroom in China, it is still possible to do it if you work in a kindergarten, for example. So I have a lot of friends who actually still work in China, and they say that like they are on the safe side. But this year, it might change next year. So everybody should be concerned. Everybody should make sure that before even getting TEFL certified, you just question some loud statements in relation to particular countries. Because this year regulations are one type of regulations. Next year they change, and it is just impossible to predict if it is still possible to work or not. And at the same time, it's not just a matter of your origin. Like, for example, many native speakers believe that if they have this US passport, or let's say the UK passport, they can work wherever they want and they can get this work visa. But sometimes it's just not true. And TEFL companies sometimes tend to mislead in this situation. So you have to ask questions and expect honest answers. If you feel like there is something behind that, probably it's not the best it's not the best choice, and you have to pick another TEFL provider. And as for some salaries, it also varies. So, for example, salaries in Russia, like average salaries, are not that high. But for people who come from countries that where salaries are even lower, they would probably believe that, well, Russia is a great country to make money. But if somebody from the US comes to Russia, it's not equal. So you have to consider that we all have different costs of living, we all have different average salaries, and if it is pretty high for some people here in a specific destination, it might be extremely different for other citizens. And you should also consider it before picking your TEFL certification, before enrolling into the course. If you notice that the provider misleads you, if they list some strange information on their websites, then just go and check somebody else. Just try to find someone frank, who doesn't who don't worry about saying this bittersweet truth. The next one, it is also closely related to all previous questions. So you should ask, or even before asking, when you browse TEFL providers' websites, check out if they provide job assistance. And then the next question should be answered as well. Is this job assistance paid, or is it for free? Sometimes TEFL providers do like this. They promote their services and then say that they will send you out a list of jobs, and that's all, and that's like their job assistance. But it is not the same for some other TEFL providers. So for example, at ITTT, our job assistance is lifelong. If you want any help related to how to find a job, how to design your CV, how to answer questions when you go to an interview, everything will be found as a part of this job assistance. And we provide it to all our graduates right after getting TEFL certified with us at no additional cost. So this job assistance service is included in the course fee. So you don't have to pay anything. Sometimes if you have some unusual requests, probably some other TEFL providers might offer you some additional things like internships, for example. But as a matter of fact, internships are usually unreasonably priced, and you can't get a job as an intern for long term. It's usually like for half a year, for example, and then it is cheaper for the companies that provide you this type of job assistance, this type of internship, to fire you and to find someone else just to replace, because you basically pay for these internships, and this is how companies make some extra cash as well. So make sure you check out that this line, like job assistance, is included in the course, in the initial course you enroll into. All right, question 6. Can I see alumni reviews? Well, we all live in this global society, and these days it is really strange when companies don't have any reviews, even if they have like a landing or a website, and list some reviews, like screenshots from social media, for example. I would say that you can't trust it. Well, although screenshots from social media is, well, somehow trustworthy, but you would probably try to look for something that gives more credits, like Google reviews, Trustpilot, and reviews.io. So these websites, they are not these bodies, these review bodies are not related to the websites particularly, and it is actually possible to write anonymous reviews. So if you go to these websites, usually trustworthy TEFL providers list such websites on their pages as well, like we do at ITTT. So you can go there and check out what reviews people write about companies. Sometimes you can sort and check out not just positive reviews, but also negative ones. And what you should look at as well is how company responds to this or that type of review. Sometimes, companies just completely ignore those negative reviews, and it's actually a bad sign. If they don't know how to respond to bad reviews, it might be that they have this poor service, poor customer service. They don't know how to deal with negative situations. And that should be a reason why you should just go and choose another TEFL provider. It's actually related not just to TEFL courses, to any courses, to any services you want to buy online or even offline, because these days different countries, even offline countries, offline businesses try to get credits out of reviews people write about them. So make sure you check out reviews as well. The next one, so which TEFL course is right for me? Once again, it's really subjective. What suits you best, you know best, probably. But we are here to just give you a piece of advice and to make you thinking. So if you, for example, know that online mode of training isn't for you, you get distracted, you can't concentrate, you can't finish a single online course, then try to opt for in-class courses or combined courses. So these days, combined courses at ITTT are provided via Zoom, as if I'm not mistaken. You should just check it out on our website. By the way, let me drop the link to the chat box. So if you follow this link, it's actually a coupon link. You will get to the TEFLcourse.net website, which is our official ITTT's website. You will get this 30% discount because you watch this live stream. And there you will be able to check out different types of courses. So if you, for example, check out the combined courses, you will see that you can pick an option like in what country to study, like I don't know, China or Barcelona, Spain, what else, Phuket. So there are different countries listed there. You can just pick the best location for you. And the same about in-class courses. Well, I would say that there is something really beneficial about online courses at the same time during this period. Well, due to COVID restrictions, there are still many countries that are closed for international traveling. That's why it might be challenging to get to some specific locations. For example, if you want to travel to Thailand and at the same time to benefit from going to a TEFL course, it might be challenging these days for your specific country, for your specific nationality, or on the contrary, you can find a destination where you will be able to get an in-class training. If you want to study online, it is okay. You can do it at any time you want. So no problem with online training. But just be concerned when you check out some other TEFL programs, because not all of us have the same approach to delivering courses. Some companies still have just in-class mode and do not have online courses or even combined courses, although the previous year actually changed this sphere completely. And these days, well, I would say that almost every company has online and combined courses as well. So just make sure that you pick the best mode of training for yourself. And at the same time, if you want to get some specific TEFL certification, you should also consider what is listed on the websites. Just make sure you're attentive and you read everything on the website. All right, the next question is actually also nice, and it is, well, pretty related in terms of staff experience. So when you choose a TEFL course, I always recommend that you check out staff's personal experience, if they live abroad, if they traveled abroad, if they worked there, and what level of teaching they acquire as well. So for example, at ITTT, well, I would say that the whole company, the whole team of staff is well, either living abroad, not in the countries of origin, or traveled and worked abroad. And at the same time, some people also train to work online, and we are pretty successful in it. So for example, here you can see my picture at the top of the screen, and this is my colleague Linda. So as I've mentioned, several years ago, I worked in China, then I lived in Thailand, and these days I teach completely online, but my students are from different countries all over the world. For example, I have a group of adult students who most of them live in the US, and they are non-native ESL speakers. That's why they study with me. Some of them are from the European Union, and they also need English just because they either travel abroad or work with international companies. So I can say that my experience is pretty different. So I have different types of teaching in my package. And Linda, she's a native English speaker, and she lives in Korea, in South Korea. She also used to teach in China for a couple of years, I believe. So she's also a professional, and she can give you a piece of advice. These days, she also works online. So if you are a native speaker or even a non-native speaker, you can always ask Linda whatever comes to your mind. yeah, in terms of international experiences and works abroad. Okay, let's see the next one. So what are my chances of landing a job with your TEFL certificate? So this is probably another question that should concern you, another point that should concern you when you pick a particular TEFL provider. If they give you a lot of promises, like this is the only TEFL certificate that provides you job opportunities, that guarantees you job opportunities all over the world and stuff, then it is also a bad sign, and you should be aware, because everything is really subjective. Nobody can be 100% sure that TEFL certification will will give you 100% chances to find a job at your favorite destination, or even to find you a job online or in your country, because it's not just about the TEFL provider itself, themselves. It's also about you, who you are, what experience you have, what motivation you have, and so many other questions like regulations, different rules related to authorities, everything. So just my personal example, when I decided to go to China, at that point of time, it was actually possible to get a work visa as a non-native ESL teacher. I couldn't get it because I was under 21 years. So at that time, they actually started their first restrictions. And if my colleagues could get their work visas because they were over 24 years, I couldn't get my work visa. And I risked all the time, although I didn't know about it when I get to China with my business visa. So just at that time, I was really young. I wasn't that concerned. I wasn't that scared, everything like that. And I ignored some specific science that just made other people think that it's probably not their destination. But these days, it is even more restricted, and less people these days are allowed to get work visas. Even native English speakers can't get work visas in China, just because this is restricted. There is this restriction for teaching companies in China that provide extra services to school kids and stuff like that. So you have to be really careful, and my advice is that you should be proactive in terms of searching for information. Sometimes it looks easy to send out an email to a TEFL provider or to an HR manager and to ask if it is okay. And they may say like, yeah, don't worry. But when it comes to real things, you may meet many restrictions and many obstacles. You may face many obstacles. So make sure you check everything yourself first, then you ask for a second opinion and something like that. And let's see the last question. What makes your TEFL certificate better than others? So usually TEFL providers tend to say many good stuff about their services. We also do at ITTT because there is something we can be proud for. And if you are interested, you can check out this webpage on our website, Why Choose ITTT. So we list all single details, why our company is trustworthy, why you can be 100% sure that it is safe to get TEFL certified with us. And still, if you want to consider some other TEFL providers, you need to opt for something similar. So you need to request either information related to their credits, or you need to go to their website pages where they have these benefits, why you should choose them. I bet this is the end of the presentation, but I would really love to answer whatever questions you guys have. So write them in the chat box if you have any, even if you have some concerns, or you want to get a piece of advice from me. Feel free to do so. Feel free to ask. I will try my best. And let me see the chat box right now. Okay, so there are no questions at the very moment. So let me drink some water. But if you guys want to ask me something particular, maybe not related to TEFL certification, you can ask me about online teaching, teaching abroad, anything, okay? And by the way, I feel like at this time of the year, it is really important to discuss some future plans and some maybe outcomes of the year, something that we have achieved. For me, it feels like almost the end of the year, although we still have almost 2 months. Well, anyway, I want to ask you, what do you think if I go live with some tips for non-native ESL teachers who want to work on their personal career and skills related to English and English teaching? Would you love to listen something about it? Let me know. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask as well. Okay, so there is a question from Liza, or Liza, by the way. So my name is Liza. This is how everyone calls me in Russia, and it is written with a Z. But I know that in the US and in the UK, so in English, it is actually correctly to pronounce like Liza. All right, so let me quickly check out the question and then answer it. So if there is a solid chance to become an English teacher for someone who is not a native speaker of the language, of course you have a chance. So just look at me. I'm a non-native ESL teacher. I would say a self-made teacher. So I was trained as a linguist and an interpreter at university. So I didn't learn anything related to teaching methodology, teaching services and stuff. And I just decided that if I know English, it's not enough to teach people. That's why the beginning of my teaching career wasn't that successful. So because I was completely blind when I taught people, I didn't know how to explain, how to explain some specific details like grammar and stuff. And I decided to get TEFL certified, and that was probably one of the best decisions because it helped me a lot to understand how it works from scratch. So the TEFL certificate, the TEFL course gave me understanding gave me understanding of different teaching methodologies, and to pick several ideas that are suitable for different styles of teaching, different modes of teaching. Then I learned more about some challenges and things related to classroom management. It was especially helpful at that period when I worked in a real classroom in China. So I had to teach around 40 kids at a time during that period. And it was so difficult to, well, just make them organized, to make them attentive and stuff. So teaching methodology includes not just those things related to the language itself, but to classroom management, planning, and so on. So I really recommend looking at getting TEFL certified. And then you have to look for experience as well. So these days, I would say that the easiest way to find to work on your English teaching experience is via online. So you can find an ESL teaching platform. There are many of them, like Preply, italki, and stuff. So many teaching platforms. You just have to check one of my previous live streams, because I believe at the beginning of the year I delivered such a live stream session and talked about different teaching platforms. Otherwise, you can work as a freelance teacher. So in my experience, I did both. First, I worked for an online teaching company. Then when I when I realized that it is convenient and I can control everything myself, I decided to move on and just quit that job at an online school and found my one-on-one students and groups as a single teacher, as a freelancer. So it means that if I could do that, and many other non-native speakers could do that, you can definitely start teaching as well. But my recommendation is not only get TEFL certified, but work on your English skills constantly. For me, it was pretty challenging in terms of speaking. Well, I won't say that it was challenging when I worked one-on-one, but when I started working in a bigger group, I found it slightly different, and not every time I felt comfortable. So I had to work on my speaking abilities as well, apart from grammar, vocabulary, and stuff. So make sure you also work on your English skills as well, because you want to provide the best quality services as a teacher, and you want to give the best example to your students. That's it. Do you guys have any further questions? So let me know. I will try my best to answer. And I think that we will wrap up. Just let me remind one more time that if you want to get TEFL certified and you consider ITTT, you can scan this QR code right here, or you can follow the link from the chat box. Let me drop it once again. So you will get a 30% discount of any online TEFL courses. It will it will be really affordable, and it's actually a nice incentive because you will save much more than if you pay the original cost. We also provide job assistance, and we try to be as helpful as it is possible. So if you guys don't have any further questions, I think that that's the end of today's live stream session. As I've mentioned, if you have any suggestions in terms of some future live streams, feel free to recommend as well, because I, like every week, I plan for the next week, and then I think, what should I talk about? What should be interesting for the audience? So I bet that next week I will go live with something related to English skills, polishing English skills for non-native ESL teachers. So if this is something you are interested in, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are not, to the not to the website, to our social media. We are presented on various social media. And what else? Yeah, just check out for updates. And yeah, that's it. So that's the end of today's live stream session. Thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. I really appreciate your interest, and I see everybody who joins regularly. So Adam, Letterg, thanks a lot for coming. I hope to see you next week. Oh, and the last thing I forgot to mention is that I have my Facebook group on Facebook. So if you want to get some assistance, if you have some further questions related to teaching, English teaching or TEFL certification, join in my Facebook group and keep in touch. Yeah. So that's the end, and have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.